Hello again, everyone. You're joining us for another episode of Executive Platform's Blueprint podcast series. My name is Jeff Mix. I'm head of content and research. My guest today is Shan Muthuvelu of UCBOS. We're going to be having a conversation about where technology is going for manufacturers, some things they should be keeping in mind, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Shan, thank you so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure, Jeff. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
All right. Well, I remember we've had a conversation a couple years ago, and I've also had the pleasure of speaking with your colleague, Larry. I think a lot has happened over the last couple of years, and I also know there's a lot of trends in the marketplace right now for manufacturers. Why don't we start there? What are some of the trends and themes that you're hearing when you're engaging with people in this space?
Okay. The good news is manufacturing operations, especially in the U.S., right? They're definitely coming out of the problem that they're facing. That's a good news. But the bad news is in terms of innovation, investment, cost pressure from the leadership point of view, right? It's still there. So for the leaders who has to deliver, they still have to deliver more for less. So that's a challenge they're faced with. In that challenge, they were not able to bring in the right technology for them, and they are not able to protect the right people that they want to protect. It's a reality, it's a challenge, and hopefully in the next few quarters they can overcome that.
Okay, well, let's get into that because I think that's a really juicy topic of conversation. So we're talking about technology not quite fitting the needs, or is it that technology is not being applied in the correct way? What is the challenge that's actually happening that's limiting their ability to leverage technology correctly?
Okay. If you take the big players in the manufacturing space like SAPs and Oracles, right, they're definitely pushing for, hey, all cloud, which is 100% the right way to go for large manufacturers, right? Whether you are global or you are in the North America, whether you are 10 plants or 100 plants, or whether you are doing your own manufacturing or contract, whether it's process, discrete, repetitive, does not matter. Cloud is the way to go, not just from an infrastructure and security point of view, right? Even from modernization point of view, cloud is the way to go. But unfortunately, you're not going to get what you used to have in the cloud right away. One is the product in the cloud has to get matured. It will take some time. But in the meantime, whatever you were doing on your own as your secret sauce and your own bespoke solution that's better for your business in the past has to be redone. And that, how do you do that in the cloud world? They need to bring the right technology for that as well. And I think they are still evaluating what is the right technology for them in the modern cloud world. And they are not quite successful in that journey, but they have to figure it out, right? So that they can modernize themselves at the same time. They're not losing their arms and legs in terms of their investment and the time.
So I think I've got that. I'm just going to sort of rephrase it back to you, and we'll see if I'm on the right page. Companies that have put a lot of time and effort into maybe decades of getting things the way that they want within their plant, as they're talking about putting things up into the cloud, it isn't an easy transition, and they don't want to lose what they've got as they move up into the future, and that's the disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is definitely a disconnect. They're realizing, I'm not just taking, what I had and putting it into the cloud and making me operate the same way. No, you're learning something new. And you're also learning it is not the same level playing ground. You're all of a sudden feeling like I am starting a little lower now. So now I want to catch up with the cloud. Then I want to come back and catch up with what I want to do. But catching up with the cloud takes time. But catching up with what you want to do, you definitely have to bring more technology, because the cloud alone is not going to give you what you need for the modern marketplace and also for the modern technology. You definitely have to adapt to the new technologies and you have to embrace the new technology. But for which technology and how much time and how innovative you want to be, that's the key questions that they have to answer faster.
And I think you're anticipating my next question, which would be, how are they going to bridge that gap? I mean, technology is part of the solution, but obviously there's a little bit more to it than that. What advice do you have for executives who are trying to make that all work?
Great. In your cloud journey, so you're realizing that, I have products coming in, but I have no control on my data, because in the multi-tenant SaaS world, you don't have control over the data. But not only that, the reality is I have some modern systems, I still have my spreadsheets, I still have my legacy systems, but the variabilities and disruptions are in the market. That's all coming through external platforms, external data points and signals. But all of a sudden, you need a connective tissue, which is your cloud systems, your legacy systems, your market signals coming from the external world. But all of a sudden, you need a connective tissue to put all these data orchestrations and the applications together in a single technology. And if that technology is capable of becoming your real-time operating database, and if it is bidirectionally orchestratable with all your systems, on top of it, if you can apply AI to that, then last but not the least, if Gen AI could be embedded into it as a single technology, then you are on the right track to innovate yourself. At the same time, give the tools that is needed for your people to modernize their manufacturing, get into the digital manufacturing, right? And also, make digital twins possible. At the same time, even on the execution side of manufacturing, are you giving the right data, right insights, and right capabilities to your people? Only then, as business leaders, whether you are IT side or on the business side, you're not just modernizing, but you're also keep making sure that you are able to sell more, but at the same time, keep an eye on the cost as well.
Wow. So, I mean, I hear that, and I've had a lot of conversations about, how technology is changing business, but one of the questions that I put to people is like, does it play well with legacy assets? How do you get these two things talking to each other? You're saying there's actually a piece that you can put into the middle, everything plugs into, and in that piece, it's all mutually intelligible. You can ask it pointed questions and get answers regardless of where the data came from in the first place. Is that what we're talking about?
Exactly. Yep. This is, we are on a journey of about 10 years. How can there be one technology? It has to be a zero code, completely rule driven, more like an English-like technology, but connecting to your modern data in the cloud, or your legacy data, or spreadsheets, or the mission data, or the market data in a single platform, at the same time allowing you to talk to your existing systems, whether it's a cloud system or a legacy system, allowing you to produce more solutions at the speed of business, and allowing you to do all these alternate strategies, but without generating any technical debt. It has to be zero technical debt, and that's what we call it as a zero code technology. That's the UCBOS technology we are talking about. The UCBOS stands for Unified Commerce Business Optimization System, but it's truly a zero code single technology platform, which we offer as a SaaS platform, but you buy it as a SaaS, enhance it as a PaaS, all the way from your integration, orchestration, supply chain management, manufacturing, AI, all combined into a single platform. You buy it as a SaaS, enhance it as a PaaS.
I remember having this conversation with you a few years ago, and it sort of blew my mind, the idea that, being no code, you're not talking about having an IT team that rolls something out and convinces people it's good. The users who are already doing the job are going to engage with this tool and be able to ask it questions and get answers out sort of on the basis of how they already work. They're just getting better access to the data that's coming from other points. Is that right?
Yes, it is completely a business-driven platform, but still, we want IT to fully engage, because we want IT to bring in the right data, put the right business rules around it, right data governance around it, and also produce solutions for business faster without a technical debt, right? Meaning you can learn thousands of APIs, you can connect to multiple IoT gateways, right? You can do all these things very, very fast without a single line of code getting generated. And that means you're not increasing your technical debt at all. But the IT is able to produce solutions faster without any technical debt, right? And give that to business. But when they give that to business, business is not just checking boxes. Business is able to interact with your solutions you produced. If you take AI, you have modeled so much with AI, but now business can interact with that AI models and get the output they're looking for. As a business user, if I take, I'm into procurement, I'm procuring the material for manufacturing a product or distributing that product to my customer, right? As a business person, I'm making decisions. Who is the best vendor? Which plant can produce that material faster? What is the lowest cost I can get to? What kind of disruptions I want to avoid? But as a business person, I want to make these decisions interactively and make the best strategy for me. But I want to make all that interactive with the platform, whether it is SAP or Oracle or there is an intermediate platform. But behind the scenes, I'm leveraging everything my data scientists and my AML engines have done. But I'm not going to worry about all that. I am going to sit here and interact with my system, right? Finding out all the insights and making the right decisions. Behind the scenes, technology is helping me. But instead of me going to the data scientists, going to the IT, asking them prescriptive questions through emails and other things, here I'm just interacting with the system. That is the modernization that we want to get to.
I mean, it sounds incredible, and I appreciate there's a bit of a journey involved in getting there, but why don't we talk about maybe some success stories, real-world examples, companies that are already, not that you have to name names, but you're already working with, and what are they using it for? Can we walk through some actual examples?
Yeah. We really target customers who are having big ERPs because, manufacturers, distribution companies, right, food manufacturers, they are either an Oracle ecosystem or an SAP ecosystem, or, there's some best of the breed applications involved as well. In this, what we tell them is you don't have to rip and replace. Even though you're going to the cloud, right, you can still be in that same ecosystem. But what we tell them is there is the way to just augment your ecosystem in the roadmap that you want to get into so that you can modernize what you want to get there. That's what, as a technology, we want to offer.
Could you illustrate, maybe with a couple of examples, what we're really talking about?
Yeah. So let's take an example, right? This is an SAP shop. They have a ton of manufacturing plants going on. They're managing, producing the finished goods, ton of material. But if you consider the last 3 years, there is an opportunity for you to take the materials, and if there is an opportunity to sell it back to you, who sold it to you, or in the market, right? So there is a channel of business which you can create to sell material back, right? Mm-hmm. So so do you want to create a solution? You have to be interactive, interacting with the SAP systems for inventory. But based on the inventory, you create a quote and send it to your suppliers and create a bidding process so that you can sell back inventory. Or there is another situation where it's an Oracle ecosystem and they are saying, I'm doing advanced manufacturing, but there are places where I have gaps. Can you fill the gaps? And also it has to be filled with a lot of mobile solutions in the forms. But at the same time, I want you to validate every lot I have manufactured in this. This is the building material company, right? So then I have to validate all the lots, all the weight, all the transportations, shipments that I've created. Then you decide on the last mile delivery, but at the same time, push all the data that you have captured, push it back to my ERP system as well. So likewise, the examples are always around an ERP, right? Then the white spaces that they are facing, either they are facing there is a gap because of the system, or they think the system is too complicated for them to for that particular plant or operation, or it is not enough for them. In all those cases, they want to fill the gaps with the solution. At the same time, the solution also have to go talk back and connect with their main ERP for the system of records all the way down to finance, right? These are the use cases that we are seeing in the market, always augmenting an ERP. There are few want to take the bold step of, I don't want anyone. I want to create my own secret sauce as a solution in the market. And can you do it faster without any technical depth? Whether it is, hey, I have my own ways of doing procurement. I have my own ways of determining the best alternate, procurement strategy, right? Or even, dock management, or appointment scheduling, or any solution that they want to create on their own and keep it as their own solution. We enable that as well.
I mean, it sounds fantastic. And I think the thing that I keep trying to wrap my head around is it's so customizable and bespoke. It really is whatever your business challenge that you're trying to do, there's probably a way that this can help. I appreciate everyone's business case is going to be different, but could you give us what kind of timeline is involved? If I'm watching this podcast and thinking, this sounds a little bit like something I could use, what would getting started look like? How long would it actually take to get up and running? Do they need to have an IT team engaging with UCBOS to get it up and running? Like, what are some of the things required to actually get this thing to work?
Okay. So where we are right now is we have already done the unified data modeling for SAP, Oracle, and others together, because clients were always saying, it is great, but I have to start and I have to spend time and money, right? In giving them a head start, we have done the unified data modeling for them, which is just a starting point for them. They can take the data model and enrich it to whatever their level they want. We don't have a technical depth and they don't have a technical depth, but we are giving them a big jump start on the data modeling. That's the first piece. The second piece is we have also already done a lot of compositions in terms of integration, interoperability, visibility, and we have done, and we are giving all that to our customers as well. And as a solution, we are really offering them 6 products: integration platform as a service, iPaaS; orchestration platform as a service called OPaaS; then AAML platform as a service called AAPaaS, as 3 technologies. But as solutioning wise, we are giving a supply chain management platform as a service, which is all solutions around supply chain management and manufacturing. Then we are also giving a manufacturing AI solutions for insights and predictions and other things. Then also on the CPG front. So all these 6 products are still in the same technology. Customers either bundle all the 5 of them together, or sometimes they go 3 of them together, but single technology. They can directly buy from us, or they can even go to marketplace by click of a button. They can directly buy from the marketplace. They can try it for a month, continue for in a month-to-month pay-as-you-go model, or they can even procure it with a discount for an annual contract or 2 years or 3 years contract. But we have made it in such a way that each of the product that we are offering in the marketplace is only like $12.50 a month. So we are trying to even if you're a large customer, $100 billion customer, we realize that for you to try a technology, you want to see immediate ROI. That's the reason we are changing, and we want to disrupt the market and say we're not asking you for $250,000 to try something big, $12.50 a month. But you go try it, but you may be solving $1 million problem, or could be even a $10 million problem using this technology, because this technology will be a technology which IT definitely needs to connect all the dots together and be a connective tissue between all the systems and data that you have. And there is no technology available today when you're going to the cloud to do what we are talking about, meaning an operating database, completely metadata driven, which is orchestratable with every system through APIs or through integrations, and which is able to produce UI solutions or mobile solutions, then also on top of it do AI. The only thing which we have not added yet is the Gen AI. Since we are completely metadata rule driven, everything we are doing is in the configuration layer. Gen AI is the immediate easy next step for us. That's where we're getting into. So for manufacturing customers, we are offering this as a marketplace solution, but click of a button, you can buy from marketplace, or just click of a button, the request comes to us and we deploy it in a day or 2.
I don't say this very often, but it actually sounds like, I'm amazed. It sounds too good to be true. And I wonder sometimes, when you're having this conversation with manufacturing executives, if they ask you, like, what's the catch? Like, what am I missing here? What do you say to that?
It's a difficult question for us to answer, because it took us 10 years to really build this product as a truly zero-code technology. When we came and said to the market, this is no code, then everybody started saying no code. Then we said zero code, then everybody started saying zero code. But we are the only disruptive technology which is truly zero code, meaning this technology is not sitting on a data model. It produces solution. You can recreate SAP Oracle if you have people on this technology without creating a single line of code for any solution. So it is too good to be true, and it's very hard to explain. That's the reason we realize, instead of explaining them the technology, let us produce the solutions to them so that lets them see the benefit. Tomorrow somebody will tell it's a great technology, but now our focus is how can I bring solutions faster to you with very, very less investment, zero technical debt, so that you can realize the benefits.
We've covered a lot of ground in this conversation. If there were 1 or 2 key things that you want people to think about a little further, what would you want to highlight for them?
In terms of technology, you need an operational database, and if that operational database is real-time, metadata-based, right? I'm not talking about just a data warehouse, data lake, Snowflake, and other things, right? I'm talking about a real-time operational database which is metadata-driven, and it can connect to any system you have on the market data, on the spreadsheets, all in a single platform. It can produce all the solutions and alternate strategies you're looking for and embed that with the AI. That's what the technology you're talking about. If you are trying something on your own, operational database, metadata driven, you should be able to learn unstructured data from IoT, all kinds of APIs, single platform, orchestratable, produce solutions, you're golden.
Again, I'm just so impressed with this. For people who have been listening and have some questions, want to learn more, what's the best way to get in touch?
The best way is, go online to our website, ucbos.com, right? 5 letters, ucbos.com. You can directly reach out to our sales team, reach out to our architects. You can even directly go to the marketplace and buy it. We have already enabled all the 6 products in the Amazon marketplace. And within few months, maybe in 3 months, we will be up and running in Azure as well. So we are only going to be doing all the products, all our technology in Amazon marketplace and also in Azure.
Well, again, I'm excited for that too. I think we are at the start of a real exciting time for your business, and I encourage everybody who has been listening to this, check out that website, because I think we're going to only see bigger and better from UCBOS in the future, and I'm excited for that too. Shan, thank you so much for your time again today.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. As always, I'm looking forward to come again next year and share more success stories with you.
I'm looking forward to that too. You've been listening to another episode of Executive Platform's Blueprint Podcast Series. I've been Jeff Mix. Let's do it again soon.